Good day, class. Welcome to our discussion for today. So I am Mom Rene, and our topic for today is about connotation meaning. So now let's start. What is connotation? But before that, let's have an activity first. I will show you photos, and I want to know what's come on your mind when you see those photos. All right. Now let's begin. So what's on your mind when you see this photo? Anyone from the class?
Ma'am, it's a white goat, ma'am.
Yes, it's a white goat. Very good. So, what do you think is the other meaning of that white goat?
Ma'am, permission to speak. Ma'am, its literal meaning is it is an animal, while in the Bible it is serves as holy.
Yes, you're correct. Very good. Yes, we can associate the word holy to the white goat. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, next photo is a snake. So, what comes on your mind when you see snakes?
Ma'am, permission to speak.
Yes, please.
A snake may be dangerous.
A snake may be venomous.
Yes, that's correct. Snake is very dangerous and venomous. It can kill you. And also, you can associate when you think about snake, you can associate the story of Eva at Adan. Am I correct? The
Yes.
apple, the Garden of Eden, right? So next photo is, what do you think is that? Or what is the color of those little pieces?
Ma'am, permission to speak. It's sky blue and royal blue.
Yes, it's the color blue in general speaking. So blue, what do you think is color blue?
Permission to speak, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, it's a literal color, which means is the color of the sky.
Yes, very good.
And
Anything?
for me, ma'am, it symbolizes peace.
Yes, it's peace. You can associate the word peace to the color blue, and also blue can be a feelings and emotion. Blue, it means you're sad, something like that. Am I correct?
Yes,
Ma'am.
All
ma'am.
right. So thank you for your participation, and through that, now let's have these questions. These questions, as we proceed to our discussion, these questions may be answered or will answer these questions. All right. So first question is, what is connotation? Yes, the word connotation. We will discover what is connotation. The second one is, what is the difference of connotation and denotation? Third is, what are the types of connotation? Yes, connotation have three types of connotation. Fourth is, why is it important to use connotative language? What is that? What's the importance of connotative language? And fifth, what effect does connotation have on the reader? Oh, really? Connotation have an effect to us when we read. So let's discover how. So let's define first connotation. So connotation of the word refers to the emotions or cultural meaning. This is a secondary meaning to the literary dictionary definition or denotation. So as we can see here again, connotation is a secondary meaning of a certain word, or not just a secondary, or it is associated word to the literal meaning of the word. And denotation is the literal meaning of a word, or denotation can be a dictionary meaning. So to understand more the difference of denotation and connotation, I have here an examples.
Go lang.
So I have here an examples. So here is my example. All right, so here is my example. A click. What is a click? So in denotation, clique is a set of people. That's all. Clique is a set of people or a group of friends, but in connotation, clique it means, or it's associated to the meaning of self-serving people who exclude outsider. Or look at this one. If you know the movie The Click, They are the group of people who are not that really good, or they are not very friendly, or maybe they are bully. So clique is also a negative word. All right. So next example is she is my baby. Baby has two meaning. Am I correct? It may be in denotation. Baby is all right. In denotation, baby is an infant, a literal baby, right? But in connotation, baby can be my wife or my husband or my partner in life. I can call for example, my boyfriend. I call him my baby because he's my boyfriend and I love him, right? So look at the picture. Again, baby can be a boyfriend or husband or wife or uh, an infant in the notation. So next, let's proceed to the three types of connotation. Types of connotation, it has connotation have three types. First, the positive connotation. Positive means words that make people feel good. And the next one is negative connotation, words that provoke a negative emotional response. The third one is neutral connotation, means not good or bad, indifferent. Used when the author does not want to show strong emotions either way. So now let's proceed first to the positive connotation. Positive connotation, this is a good word that brings a positive meaning or positive expression. Like while the negative one is like, oh, that's the bad word, or that's a negative impression or a negative adjective for the people. For example, here is my example so that we will understand more the difference of positive, neutral, and negative connotation. First, the word youthful, young, and childish. It seems they are all synonyms. They are all like a young man or youthful. They're all the same meaning. If we if technically speaking, they are synonyms. But how we will use this to connote it, for example, the youthful. Because of her youthful appearance and energetic spirit, it was hard to believe that Tina was 60 years old. So the word youthful there in the sentence is what? Is compliment. It's a good adjective to Tina. It's a good traits of Tina, right? However, in a neutral, young, she is still young to do geometry. So young is a neutral. It can be a bad one or it can be a good one. Because if you are young and know geometry, it's very unbelievable. It's awesome. However, young, it can be also like, oh, you're so arrogant. For you sure? Are you young and you know how to do the geometry? Something like that. So there's a questioning in your mind when you heard that a young boy can do a geometry, something like that. So in negative, childish, it would be okay. This is the example of the word childish. This is the negative connotation. It would be okay for Jack to act so childish if only he were not 30 years old. Something like that. So childish here is a negative compliment to the person, right? Because being a childish is like you are immature. Even you are old enough, then you act like that. You act like a child, and they call you as just childish. That's the difference of positive, neutral, and negative. So it depends on you how you use the word. It depends on you how you express it. Later on, we will discuss why connotation is very important in literary and why the authors use it in their stories or in their literary piece. So the next example, the word is strategy, plan, and scheme. Again, they are all synonyms. They may have a same meaning, but when you use it in the sentence, it brings a different meaning. It may be a positive, it may be a neutral, or it may be a negative one. So first is strategy, the positive. Her strategy for winning the election was to be nice to everyone she met. So the strategy, her strategy or her actions when he execute her plan, or the word strategy is that being a good to everyone she met. So that's the effect. That's the positive one. That strategy is her meeting her friend or being nice to the people she met is her good strategy. So while in a neutral, it says there the plan. The student came with a plan to vote the most approachable candidates. So plan, it may be, again, it may be good or bad. Planning not to vote that candidates, planning to vote that candidates, or just a plan. We have two plan. It may be a bad or a good plan, right? So, however, in a negative one, which is scheme, when we hear scheme, what comes in your mind? Anyone from the class?
Ma'am,
Yes.
it seems like you are planning to do something bad to a person or a friend.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Jen. So here our example, yes, scheme. It may we hear it like a negative word because scheme it associated the word that the robber, the scheme of the robber, the scheme of the bad people. So here is the example. Because the pyramid scheme is nothing but a scam, I will not invest in it. Right? So the word scheme here it uses as a bad description of a scam or a bad description of a pyramid or the strategy, something like that. So that's the difference of positive, the types of connotative. Again, it may be a positive, neutral, or negative. It depends on you. You can use a word. Sometimes when we are going to write a poem or when we are going to write an essay, di ba? We're looking for a good or appropriate word so that we can express what we really want to express, right? So connotative is a very helpful for us. So here is again the importance of connotation or connotative language. So first, importance of connotation, it is setting a tone in a sentence. Am I correct? When you hear the word or when you see or read a negative word in the sentence, what comes on your mind?
Pardon, ma'am?
When you see a negative words in the sentence, what comes on your mind?
What comes on my mind when when it comes to the tone of the sentence, ma'am, it seems like something bad will happen. It
Yes.
depends to the tone.
Yeah, something bad happen. For example, like the scheme. We can use strategy. This pyramid strategy is a good, but they use scheme because scheme again, we all know that scheme is something has to do with the bad things, right? And second is it clarifies one's intentions. We can tell that what we call this? We can tell that for being a childish, he is very good, or for being a childish, he is awesome. Not like that, not like that, because we all know childish is bad. What? It's a bad adjective or compliment to the people, right? Then third one, they can elicit certain emotions, reactions, or help to provide distinct impression of things. So through connotation word or when we associate a negative meaning to the word, we can also express the emotion within the text. We can through that we will know or we will feel the emotion inside or within the written text or written piece that we are reading. Then fourth, it helps the reader to understand deeper the written text. Yes, because we can understand a word if the chosen word or chosen adjective is not appropriate. For example, can someone give me an example of inappropriate word in a certain phrase or dialogue? Anyone from the class?
It's raining, ma'am. Example, ma'am.
Yes, it's example.
It's connotation, so it has an implied meaning, right?
Yes, it's implied meaning in the sentence.
It's raining cats and dogs inside the house.
Or see, it's raining inside the house. When you analyze it, it's really raining inside the house. Of course not. So, we can also, for example, or it may be like look at you. For example, uh, the word pretty, beautiful, and gorgeous. We cannot use the word gorgeous to the baby, or we cannot. Gorgeous word is not appropriate to the baby. It's not like, oh, you're so gorgeous, baby. That's a 1-year-old baby. So we can call it a gorgeous baby because a gorgeous word is appropriate to the woman, right? To the successful woman. Look at this gorgeous, successful woman. And the pretty, we can use it to the baby or we can use it to the young people. For example, teenage people, oh, look at you, you're pretty, right? So that's the difference. That's the easy word or different or same adjectives, but we have to know when and how to use it in the sentence, right? So, for example, the story you are reading is like, oh, the gorgeous baby is like, so how can you imagine the baby if he is, if the adjective of that baby is gorgeous, right? So that's all. Or then the last one is in literary, connotation is a big help for the author to make their piece aesthetically and interesting. So the literary piece cannot be interesting if we don't understand the real meaning of that written text or of that certain literary piece. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
See, if you don't understand what's that literary piece really mean, are you still reading it?
No,
No,
ma'am.
because you don't know what's that all about. You don't know what's that literary piece is all about and the message of it and everything. That's why you don't have an interest to read it because you don't understand it. So connotation is very important or very helpful to all the authors or to all writers because it helps them to express the real meaning, or it's really help them to make their book or literary piece more easier to understand for the young people or for us. Again, connotation is implied meaning or a secondary meaning of literary words. All right, and that is very important to the author. All right, so now if you have your question regarding to the connotation, I want you to create a 5 synonym words, and I want to see there the negative, the positive, and neutral connotation. For example, again, the strategy, plan, and scheme. That's the example. All right. So I want you to provide a five or at least three positive three positive connotation, negative and neutral connotation, and also provide the sentence using those words. So I want you to submit it to me at exact 12 p.m. on our Google Classroom. Understood, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Any clarification?
None, ma'am.
All right. I hope class you really understand our topic about connotation and denotation. Again, denotation is a literal meaning. Connotation is implied or associate meaning to the to its literal meaning. All right. Or that's as a secondary meaning of a literal meaning of a word. So that's all. If you really understand my topic, please do our assignment like I've said before. So if you are all set and have no question anymore, that's all. Let's call it a day. Goodbye. God bless.